Hi, I'm Anita from My Duke and I podcast, and welcome to the channel. Prince Harry posted a statement from Sussex.com. Here it says here the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And here we see a statement from Prince Harry, May 2025. And we can see the statement here with Prince Harry's monogram. Let's read it together. It says right here, I want to start by thanking my legal team and the Court of Appeal judges for their time and expertise in unraveling this issue that stemmed from the previous government. This process has only ever been about ensuring my safety and that of my immediate family when we are in the United Kingdom, so that we may safely visit my home country with the same level of security that other governments deem necessary for our protection. My ask has been simple, that the standard protocols for security and risk assessments be applied to me in the same way they are to others, including people who have never carried out any public functions on behalf of the state. The court's ruling confirms that the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as RAVEC, and comprised of senior officials from the royal household, Homeland Office, and Metropolitan Police, has failed to follow its own mandated processes for me, which are applied to all other high risk and high profile individuals. Given my profound concerns over this issue, I will be writing to the Homeland Secretary to ask her to urgently examine the matter and review the RAVEC process. This legal action has been a last resort, but one that has uncovered shocking truths, starting with the fact that the royal household are key decision makers on RAVEC and my sole representation for matters regarding my safety. In this process, I've also learned the names of all those involved, many of whom retired immediately after playing their part. In November 2017, before the royal household's role on RAVEC was known, this secretive committee concluded that when my wife would join the royal family, she should not receive protection. Only when I asked for the name of the person willing to carry that risk did they reverse their decision. Oh my God. Harry is spilling the tea. Look at what Harry just said. In 2017, members of the royal household that played a role on RAVEC decided that they were not going to provide Meghan with protection, and it's only when he asked for their names that's when they reversed their decision. Harry is putting it all out there. He's laying it at their feet. Okay? Good on you, Harry. In 2020, RAVEC confused for the first time. Oh, sorry, not confused. In 2020, RAVEC refused for the first time to conduct the required annual risk, threat, and impact assessment that their own policies demand. The intention of this assessment is to be objective and free from bias and interference to confirm the security required. The result was stripping me of the protection I've had since birth, whilst signaling to all other governments to do the same. This reckless action knowingly put me and my family in harm's way. Life is precious, and I understand the fragility of it. Oh my goodness, how underhanded. So they asked all other governments to strip Harry of his security as well. So everywhere that he goes, he will not have that security. Woo hoo hoo hoo. This is sick. Throughout 2020 and 2021, I attempted to resolve this issue privately, even offering to independently cover the cost of necessary and effective police protection in order to keep me and my family safe. No one responded directly to me about my offer when I made it, and even though I challenged the refusal to let me pay, my legal claim failed. To this present day, the royal household remain my sole representation on RAVEC for every visit and could call for this assessment to be done at any point. The only possible conclusion that can be drawn in is they chose not to because they know the outcome would prove that my security should never have been removed in the first place. Bravo, Harry. Keep fighting. Go to the government, make it political so that you can have the security that you deserve, the security that you were born to have. Make sure that it is reserved. Do not reverse. Do not stop. Do not stop fighting. And make sure that you get that security, same security that William has, you deserve to have. I cannot believe that they implore the governments, other governments, to also not provide you with that protection as well. Shame on the royal household. Shame on these people. What do I expect anyway from these people? Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? I should not be surprised. Okay? This is really, really important information. They weren't even going to provide Meghan with security until Harry found out, and it was reversed. I got to read this again. In November 2017, before the royal household's role on RAVEC was known, this secretive committee concluded that when my wife would join the royal family, she should not receive protection. Only when I ask for the name of the person willing to carry out that risk did they reverse the decision. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's another crucial other piece again. Look right here. In 2020, RAVEC refused for the first time to conduct the required annual risk, threat, and impact assessment that require assessment that their own policies demand. The intention of this assessment is to be objective and free from bias and interference to confirm the security required. The result was stripping me of the protection I've had since birth, while signaling to all other governments to do the same. This reckless action knowingly put me and my family in harm's way. Life is precious, and I understand the fragility of it. So when they do that, all of the countries followed suit, and they signaled it to them and they followed suit. Wow. Wow. This is something else. Guys, put your comments below. Let me know what you think about this. Harry, keep talking. Let the world know. If anything happened to you, let the blame fall at their feet. Guys, we're not done yet with this. We're not done yet. Harry's not finished uh, spilling the tea. He's not done yet spilling the tea. And I'm happy that he's speaking up. Okay? Good. So he continued. This is two parts here. This letter here is two parts, 2 pages. I'm sorry, 2 pages. So he says here, in recent years, my family and I have been subjected to well documented neo Nazi and extremist threats, including from Al Qaeda. There are individuals in prison on UK soil because of such threats. And yet, since 2019, a proper risk assessment has not been conducted. This is not only a deviation from standard practice, it's a dereliction of duty. The stark difference is I was not born into lifelong circumstances that create inherent security risks. My decade of military service, particularly 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, as well as social and tabloid media frenzy, have only intensified those threats, uncovering how my immediate family's safety was knowingly at risk, as well as who was behind it and who sanctioned it, has been truly devastating. No matter where we may agree or disagree, I would never wish harm on anyone. These legal proceedings have revealed to me that this basic duty of care was not and is not applied to me. It's true that I have been treated as an exception on this issue. The conditions of my security were not made on threat, risk, and impact. They were made based on my role, one that my wife and I wanted to maintain, but that was ultimately refused. RAVEC's ability to make decisions outside of its own policies and the so called political sensitivities of my case have prevailed over the need for fair and consistent decision making. The court has decided to defer to this, revealing a sad truth. My hands are tied in seeking legal recourse against the establishment. Yes, because at this point, this is the highest level that he can go. This is the courts of appeal. He cannot take it any further unless the UK government right now intervene. Hmm. This all comes from the same institution that preyed upon my mother, that openly campaigned for the removal of our security, and that continued to incite hatred towards me, my wife, and even our children, while at the same time protecting the very power that they should be holding accountable. Let me just read this again because Harry is speaking. This all comes from the same institution that preyed upon my mother, that openly campaigned for the removal of our security, and that continued to incite hatred towards me, my wife, and even our children, while at the same time protecting the very power that they should be account that they should be holding accountable. The UK is my birthplace and will always be part of who I am. It is a place I love and the country where my son was born. I've only ever wanted to continue my charitable work in supporting the causes and people that mean so much to me, and for my children to know the beauty of my homeland. I remain committed to the life of public service. This has been and will always be my life's work, and when you strip away the noise, you'll you will be able to hear all I've been asking for is safety. That's all he's asking for. But this is some it's really sick stuff here that the very institution, the very institution that is supposed to protect Harry, that is supposed to hold, that is supposed to protect him and hold everybody accountable, is the same institution that wants to remove his security, right? And incite a hatred towards himself, his wife, and even his children. Wow, that is a powerful statement. While at the same time, oh my God. Whoa, 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 whoa. Harry is putting truth to power. Oh my God. And here is the interview that Harry did with the BBC. Oh my goodness, Harry is dropping some nuggets here. Guys, tell me what you think. Put your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.